Hey
Hey
guys.
guys.
Well, welcome back to our channel. For those who are first-time viewers, my name is Corey,
My name is Jade.
and welcome to the Becoming Benjamins podcast. While we're at it, uh, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Valentine's Day. I'm kidding. But all seriousness, there's been a lot of crazy things that have been going on in the world recently. And these things that are going on, many people may feel really hopeless, maybe feel very fearful, feel very uncertain about so many things that are happening. And for Jade and myself, throughout this year already, she and I have been fasting and praying about many things. It's all been an effort for us to really hear from God and really seek Him even more in these very uncertain times. And fasting really allows for us to be able to hear from the Lord. As we do so, and when you fast, it humbles you before the Lord, shows the Lord that you're willing to sacrifice something so you can really connect with Him. And as you do so, as you're earnestly and you're eagerly seeking the Lord, He provides guidance and direction and vision for so many things. Because right now, many of us don't have the answers, but we know God does. And that's really why we've been fasting and praying,
Yeah, definitely. And to your point, fasting and praying is super important. And there's lots of examples about fasting and praying in the Bible, both in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. But when we're talking about fasting, one of the scriptures that comes to mind for me is Matthew 4, 1 verses 4. Matthew 4, 1 through 4. And this is what it says. I just want you guys to hear this really quick. It's really good. Trust me. One of my favorite scriptures about fasting. And it says, "Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted there by the devil. For 40 days and 40 nights he fasted and became very hungry. During that time, the devil came and said to him, 'If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become loaves of bread.' But Jesus told him, 'No. The scriptures say, people do not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God.'" And so basically that scripture, Jesus is fasting. He's in the wilderness. He's fasting. He's in an uncertain time and in a certain place. And it's reminding me and reminding us about times that we're in right now. It's very uncertain times. We don't know what's going to happen, what's going on already. A lot's already gone on, and we don't know what's in store up ahead fully. But during this time of uncertainty, if Jesus fasted in the wilderness and when he was uncertain, we definitely should be fasting, especially now when things are uncertain. This is not the time to be out of the will of God. This is not the time to be doing things where, I think this seems like the right thing. Like, no, we really, really need to hear from God. We need direction. We need guidance on what we need to do in our lives, not just because of what's going on, definitely because of what's going on, but just even personally, like we shouldn't be like going into life blindly. Like we need God to help us to know what to do next.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So when we talk about fasting and praying, but I think it's really important to think about, like, what does that even look like, right? And so just imagine, you're on a date with your spouse, with your loved one, and you're there giving them undivided attention, preparing for this. You got dressed in your nicest clothes, so you can just have this one-on-one time with your significant other to reconnect with them. Well, fasting is just like that. As we pray and we build a relationship with Christ every single day, when you fast and pray, it allows for you to be able to really directly hear from God. You've eliminated all these different things that are distraction, all this background noise, so you can really hear from God really, really well. And so when you abstain from something, when you're fasting from something, oftentimes we're fasting from the things that we maybe have idolized. Things we've put before God, things we think are more important than God. It can be things as simple as your favorite food, social media, could be sweets, could be a host of things. A lot of things could be things that you may say, I need to abstain from this. But whatever those things are, know that you're making a sacrifice. Those are things you may really love and enjoy, but you're giving it up all in an effort to be able to not only symbolically show the Lord that you are willing to sacrifice these things, but you're giving it up in an effort to be able to really connect with God at a whole different level, right? We know fasting is not an easy thing to do, but it's a necessary thing to do, especially in these kind of times. It's such a necessary thing to do.
Definitely super necessary. And the whole idea with fasting, as you spoke about giving things up, like whatever it may be, if it's social media, if it's your favorite sweets, if it's like some show on Netflix, whatever the case may be. Listen, I'm not judging because I like my Netflix too. But the whole idea is that you're giving that thing up and you're replacing it with things that are going to be healthy for your soul and for your innermost being, your spirit. And those are things like reading your word, reading devotionals, listening to Christian music, things that are watching and listening to things that are like uplifting and not worldly, which is what secular means, like things that aren't of God. Those are things that are secular. So replacing those things with godly things, that's the whole idea when it comes to fasting. So yeah.
So when we think about the things that we've been able to fast from and how God has been blessing us.
Yes.
Right. We didn't just fast with zero expectation of anything. We fasted knowing that these are things that we had on our heart. These are things that we knew that were really important to us.
Right.
And that we've been praying about and continuously praying about because we want God to give us direction. There's so much nonsense and so much chaos that happens. There are distractions. And so we want to challenge everyone who's watching.
Oh, some things that we fast about.
Oh, that's true. How about that?
Yeah.
Before we go to that, what were some things we were fasted about?
Yeah, so basically, I wanted to tell you guys, since we're talking about fasting, kind of personally how it's affected us. And so fasting, it's just helped us to reconnect with each other. Just being fully transparent. Also, there's times when we could be in the same room, we're both just like in our phones, not talking to each other, not the best, not good. But when we fasted,
God's working on us,
and it's been a lot better, thank God. But yeah, it's just been so good to be able to reconnect and have conversations. And when you take away those things, those distractions, you realize like, wow, I'm wasting so much time doing this when I can be spending time with the person that's right in front of me, So fasting has definitely helped us to reconnect with one another, with each other. Fasting has helped us to try to lead a healthier lifestyle. We gave up certain sweets and tried to replace those things with healthier things, healthier foods, even tried to start working out and things like that. So we're hoping that that'll continue on throughout the rest of this year. And it's not just a right now type of thing or a right then type of thing, but the idea is that it'll just continue. It'll be a lifestyle. Like some things that we fast from, we fast for a season or a moment of time. And fast is like a period of time. But some things God is calling for us to remove from our lives altogether. Once we fast, we realize, wow, I really don't even need that anymore. It's not just like a now thing and I'm going to go back to it. Some things he literally wants us to cut from our lives. And that's what the beauty of fasting is. He helps us to see the things that aren't like him so that we can be more like him and grow closer to him.
That's a word. That's a word.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to be able to fast. Like, don't look at it as, like, oh, I have to fast. And, I can't do this. I can't do that. Like, no, look at it as an opportunity to grow closer with God. Like, I'm telling you, he will not disappoint. He never does.
Listen, that's a mic drop right there. But that's so true. That's the perfect segue to our, you hear the things that we talked about, that God's been blessing us through and allowing for us to, we were praying about things, but God also helped the fast to help purge us of certain things that he needed to purge us of, right? And so I want you all to think about, everyone who's watching, I'm going to challenge you to think about something that you've had on your heart that you're praying for God to give you guidance about. I'm certain everyone who's watching has something that they have on their heart that they're hopeful for, they've been praying about, they're thinking about. And as you think about those things, our challenge to you is that for you to fast from something, whether there's sometime this week, this month, and as you do so, fast and pray with expectancy, expecting the Lord to give you guidance and clarity about that thing you've been praying about. Expect God to really show up for you and to really help to give you that clarity that you need. Because trust me, there are things we've been fasting and praying about that God has already given us clarity about, and he's giving us clarity about.
That was another thing. Clarity, direction for this year, our lives.
Absolutely. Yeah. And for those who are comfortable, comment down below in the video. Let us know some of the things you're praying about and you're fasting about. Comment down below. Let us know. We want to, because you know what? As we're praying for things for ourselves, we'll add you to our prayer, or to our prayers as well. Because we want to make sure that we're praying together with you, so that God can, come through for you as he's coming through for us as well.
Yes.
So feel free, comment down below. Let us know what those things are that you really are praying about and seeking the Lord about, and know that you're not doing it in vain. Knowing that God will hear you. He hears those who press for him. He hears those who seek him. There's so many examples of the Bible where God answers the prayers of those who are crying out to him, who are sacrificing to lay things aside so they can connect with Christ.
It's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Absolutely.
Definitely 10 out of 10 recommend.
Absolutely.
Go on a fast and let us know. Let us know, like he said, comment down below. Let us know something that's on your heart, something that you're in prayer about, that you want to fast from or do a fast for. And we'll be praying with you and for you. And yeah, I think that's what we have for today, you guys, about the fasting. It's been real. It's been really great conversation. It's been always a pleasure to do videos for you guys and to talk to you guys and with you guys. We appreciate you guys, all your love and support. We appreciate every subscription, or every subscriber, I should say, every like, every comment. We see it all. We read it all. We really do see it, and we really appreciate all of it. And if you would do us a huge favor, please share this video with someone you know that this can bless. Post it, like, comment, subscribe, share, all the good things. We love you guys, and we can't wait until next time when we come out with our next video. Until then, we'll see you soon, and bye.